Hi there, Timothy Linstow, video producer, Christian, amateur historian, like politics, and today we're going to talk about California politics. Today's California politics drive most conservatives insane. In fact, so insane that a lot of them are moving out of California, which means you're going to have more and more of the left, which means you're going to have more and more leftist thought. Well, I usually don't rant on these things because they don't accomplish much. But now we have something new. And I even took notes, and I don't do this a lot. But we have a proposal to tax texts on your phone. Well, why not? You know, their budget went from $670 million to almost $1 billion recently, last so many years, like everything else. So they're going, like, where can we get more? It never ends. There is no end for these people because they think they can solve every problem in the world. Everything. That's why the government gets bigger and bigger. More taxes. We always got to have more because you people don't know what you're doing. You're all idiots and we need to just take care of you. It is about the benevolent benefactor syndrome. That is what this is. We can take care of all. And ignore the fact that I'm in a limousine living in a mansion on the hill. Because I have to have that to be able to take care of you. That's the way these people think. A tax on texts by the California Utilities, what the heck they call them? I don't even know. California's Public Utilities Commission. You know, if you look at those letters, what is it? Like C-puck or something? Well, that fits. Yeah, hockey pucks. That was always a favorite. Some comedian out there. But, of course, the argument is that poor people, disadvantaged people can't afford something. So you rich people, we're going to take some money from you and give it to them. First of all, what's that got to do with liberty? Nothing. It has everything to do with tyranny. Because we've let them do it. Let's see, how about college tuition? Have you noticed? Have you noticed your medical insurance lately? When politicians get hooked up to giving big business money, you ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, you know, and they fool you. They go with government. It's a government business argument. There are massive amounts of money in the government. So where do you think people are going to go? You go to Washington, it's full of people scratching around to try to get everything they can. Lobbyists working every angle possible. It makes no sense at all. Some of you might be familiar with the history of Bell, California. It was this little town. And they discovered that the mayor is paying himself about $1 million a year and a couple other associates. You know, amazingly, they nailed them on it. And I don't know, some tossed them out. We can only hope. And some banana republic down south hired them to teach them how to do it better, probably. But this comes from an old federal law in 1934 and updated by Clinton in 1996. Let's see, were those Democrat presidents at the time? It could be. Oh yes, they want to take care of all of us. And this is all about poor people and helping libraries. Well now, why did their budget go up by hundreds of millions of dollars? Man, I mean, the service is amazing that we get now, isn't it? There's no end to this. I laugh, otherwise I'd be crying, okay? Now, such as the $1 trillion pension obligation in California that is not payable. Talk to your children and grandchildren about that one. If the stuff ever does hit the fan, all those people on those pensions, what could happen? Doesn't sound great. One of the things that, they come back to say, you won't notice, it'll just be a small fee. Or there'll be a group without the fee and a group with the fee. And the people with the fee are the ones who have the least money to pay for it. That is how that's going to end up being. Because they're going to come back and say, we're going to give you a little morsel. 2 chickens in every pot. We're going to take care of you. Yes. Surcharge of certain amount. And then they don't tell you what amount of money is that going to be? How much is it going to be? Look it up and see if they tell you. No. It's just like in California when some hard-working volunteer people got together to try to stop the gas tax in California this year. They got well over the signatures they needed to put a proposition on the ballot to get rid of that gas tax. And remember, Californians threw out another governor for the exact same reason. Well, there seem to be less people now who care about whether the government spends all their money or not carelessly. But that seems to be the case right now. Hopefully, eventually, Californians get the understanding that there is no end to these people taxing and taking care of you, because that's what they believe, they're taking care of you. So anyway, and here, this takes the cake. They're not only going to tax the texts, okay, as of when it starts, they're going to go back 5 years retroactively. You naughty people, you've been getting away for free. You got to pay up. You can see where this is going. It's incredible. I tell you, they'll use that argument again that there'll be big business and politics involved in it. But whenever people can get their hands on the government funds, boom, that's where it's going to go. And then they're going to support their politician to stay in office, to pay. This thing just goes around and around and around. But they get the people thinking, wow, that little morsel you're going to give me, I'll put you back in office. And the thing is, the morsel just came out of your back pocket. We will continue to put these people in office and do this thing. And have you noticed how politicians, when they get out of office, they're wealthy, with many of them? And you have a pretty good idea what they're making. How does that stuff happen? All of a sudden they're making more money. Connections, what can you do for me? And so forth. And that's where we are. Well, I'm sure this is not the end. They're gonna say, we have to take money from you rich people to give to the poor people. I'm not telling you I am not rich. The majority of us are not. But we just take a little bit. Okay. Now when you find out that we're paying $1 more in gasoline per gallon than anybody else, and you can start to see it. That's the trick. They make it as invisible as they can, like, oh, this is not a tax, it's a fee. Oh, well, that's makes me feel better somehow. Oh, man. Will we learn? That would be great if there was some learning going on. But I don't know. You go to the colleges, kids are spending massive sums of money borrowed for who knows what reason, getting a degree that might not amount to anything they can't use to pay off anything. Whole nother story. But anyway, you see where I'm going with this. So, you know what? Have a great day. I'm Tim Linsdale, pressing on, doing what I can. Thank you.